Hello and welcome back to the hidden secrets of Leeds Station. And again, we're back down today to do some more exploring underneath Leeds Station. So let's get cracking and see where we're going to go today. Now we're currently stood in what was again the Shabab's restaurant that a lot of you will probably remember from years ago. Now it's all been gutted as part of the new works for the new entrance to Leeds Station. And right here is a good example to show you. You can see where the two old stations meet. So you've got a bit of the Wellington Station viaduct here, and then also the Shabab's restaurant, which we believe was actually part of the old Queen's Hotel, not the current one, the original Queen's Hotel. It used to be here, and maybe even the basement levels for that hotel. So here we are. We've just walked in through the doorway there. And again, you can see here the former Shabab's restaurant as it is today, all gutted and opened up. Like I said, this is now going to form part of the new entrance into Leeds Station, or a new entrance anyway. And you can see how big this building is in here. But there you can see the old, well, look like iron columns there. And ignore the stairs, they're new. But you can see a lot of the ironwork, etc. up there. And then, if we just head through here, you can see the railway viaduct starts just behind it there. And you can definitely see the difference. So over here you've got the, I'm going to call them polished tile bricks. I've forgotten what they're actually called. And then you've got the old red brick there from the original railway construction. Again, lots of arches under here and some stonework just down there. So let's take a look at that stonework in a second. But as you can see, they're clearing it all out today. So if I didn't mention already, but this section here, the Shabab side, is actually going to be demolished completely, and you're going to have a new set of stairs or a new entrance right up into Leeds Station from here. And the old arches down here, they're going to get a staircase in somewhere around here, and you're going to be able to go down into what was the Kingsmill Goit, which we have seen in the previous video. Now just look at this, something I've just spotted, an old fireplace. You can see the old chimney breast there. And then I've just spotted a stone arch over here as well, which always intrigues me. Looking here, again, you've got the stone blocks just there. And look at that. Another archway covering something. It's just so amazing in here because there's so many old constructions that have been covered over and new extensions, etc. But this, apparently, I'm told, used to be the old toilets for the restaurant. So we're now heading through the back, again, I'm going to call it Shabab's, just off Bishop's Gate. And you can see you've got these old doorways here that head in from the street. So these would have been various entrances at some point. But we are now below street level. Top of them stairs is this street level. And we're heading now towards Leeds new station. And like I said, this, we believe, was the basement area of the old Queen's Hotel. And if you just look in here, we've got these rooms that are still here today, with the massive windows. And again, you can see various old partitions that have been knocked down or changed. So we're not sure what is original in here and what is new. I say new, probably 60, 70 years old. But look at this, an old fireplace right there. Again, you can see up onto the street level there. And all the old white tile work again. Just check out that fireplace. That is a big one. All capped off now. You're going to be able to basically enter the station from Bishopsgate there on a new concourse that heads straight up to the main entrance today. So let's continue down this corridor. And again, more of the white tile work there. And they're called, I think they're called galvanised bricks, I'm not sure. Look at this, an old toilet. Probably in better state than it was. And this, oh wow, look at these. These old doors here. Smoking in this store is prohibited. Unauthorised staff must not enter this store. So these doors look really vintage. Definitely 1930s or maybe even before that. Sliding doors as well. Now, I know exactly what's through here. And I'm going to show you right now. So this is the chamber that we were in, if you remember, last time we came. I'll just put the light up brighter for you. So this is the old King's Mill Goit chamber. So it would have come from there, from the River Aire, and headed down this way underneath Neville Street. So again, if you didn't see that, it was in the previous video, so check that out. We actually walked the full length of this all the way down under Neville Street. Yeah, so this is the building that I mentioned in the previous video, which is now, or was, Shabab's. And again, over there you can see the stone blocks from the old Wellington construction. So it's just worth mentioning as well, these steel girders that you can see right here, they're all going to be removed very, very soon, and they're going to take them out through the front here, and they weigh a lot. They get a big crane in to remove these. But this is going to become, in the future, like I said, like a cycle hire place maybe. We're not sure 100%, but they're going to be something to do with bicycles in here to try and encourage you to get out and about on the bikes more. Just check out the size of these columns here that the girders are sat on. They're massive. And they're all original. So this would have been, it's hard to pin a date on it, but I would say, because this was spanning the Goit, and we know that the Goit was covered over when the Queen's Hotel was built, or we believe so, around that time. So now, do you remember this in the last video when we headed through that door there, where it says no smoking? And like I said, we believe this might have been an air raid shelter at some point. But I've just been told that now, that tunnel we went in underneath Neville Street is now all filled in with concrete, and it's currently curing behind that wall. Hence the supports there to hold it all back with the weight. But yeah, that's going to be filled in, but they are going to cut through it and open some parts of that as an entrance into here. But yeah, it's strange to see it now. We did see that in the last video, so I'm glad we got in there. And if you remember these again from the last video, the old cable trays or the cable hangers that were on the walls in that tunnel down there, they've all been piled up now at the side here, but they used to sit on the wall to carry all the cables underneath Neville Street. So as we can see today, we've got the Queen's Hotel just there, which is the 60s version. But we believe that the original one used to curve around here, around Bishopgate, as it does today. So we think this frontage here is the original basement level for the old Queen's Hotel. And obviously the road has been built above it today. But this, like I said, is all getting demolished. So everything you see from Neville Street all the way around there is going to be cleared, and you're going to be able to enter the station from here at street level up a nice sloping forecourt or staircase up into the entrance of the station. Now again, you may remember this from the previous video, but right here we've got the entrance, or the River Aire, as it heads under the station here, and then as it gets under there it turns a sharp right down there underneath the station. But like I said, we did cover that in the, I think it was the first video actually. But just down here on the left was also, just over here somewhere, is an old lock that used to, or an old tunnel with a lock in it. So basically the boats and barges that used to come up the River Aire here, but obviously they couldn't continue that way because of the weir. So they used to take a turn just under here, and inside the archway there was a lock called Monk's Lock, and it would take them down to the Leeds-Liverpool Canal, which is on the other side of the station here. So if you know Leeds Station at all, we've now made our way down to the side of the Leeds-Liverpool Canal and the Granary Wharf area. So we're a bit further up from the Monk's Lock and all that sort of stuff. And we're just heading under the railway tracks here, which are a bit further down there. But we're just going to have a look at the arches under here, because again, it's something that people don't see because it's all blocked off. And again, you can see the different eras here. So let's have a look round and see what we can see in here. So if you look up here, you're looking up the canal there. So the canal is literally the other side of this wall, just out here. The towpath is just up there through that little window there. And you can see, again, the different sections of arches. And we will have a little wander. So again, different eras. You can see just up here, another join there for an extension. And if we head through here, we may encounter some stonework again. Let's see. And if we do, that'll be the old Wellington Station approach. The old tracks coming in there. If you just look down here, that breeze block wall there leads down into Granary Wharf. And that's all blocked up now. It's a shame. You could use this again for parking or storage or something. It's not used today for anything. And there you go. You can see some stonework there. But that does look fairly modern. A nice curve there. And it continues. Another breeze block wall there. Excuse the bumpiness, the floor is uneven. Oh, here we go. So we're heading now under the track area and into what looks like the older section. So that looks like the old curve coming in, the old viaduct. But now it's a lot wider for all the tracks coming into Leeds New Station. Yeah, you can see the old wall there. But yeah, that's where it ends today. Dead end in here. And just while we're in here, you can see the old cobbles or sets down on the floor. All around here. So this would have been used at some point for something, possibly the old soap factory. We're not sure about that. But there used to be a soap factory under here. That did catch fire many years ago and caused the actual viaduct or the arches to collapse and bring the rails down into the arches along with the carriages and the engines that were sat on the tracks. They all rolled backwards and into the hole that it caused. And I'll just put a picture of that in now actually, just to show you that if you didn't see it in one of my other videos. Yeah, all that was just a bit further down from here towards the Monk's Lock, which is down that way. But here is pretty much the same thing, just further up. And there the remains there, you can see the stone arch and the remains of an old wooden door there, look. I wonder how old that is. But yeah, we think these may have been used for industry back in the day. So again, like I said, it could have been the soap factory, breweries. There was all sorts under here. So we just headed a bit further up in the arches, and again, more of the same. You can see some of those curved walls here. Like I said, a lot of this has probably been, again, different eras, different levels of construction. You've got probably the original running lines coming into Wellington, and then the newer lines, the 60s, and then the extensions in the 90s, you know, all these bits that have been added on. Just keep getting added onto the side, so you get different eras in bricks and stonework and things like that. And that's what we're looking at again here. Even these approaches were widened, especially when the Leeds New Line joined back in the early 1900s. And they had to accommodate the extra tracks coming into the Leeds New Station, as it was then. And one final look on the far side here. So this, again, is the canal side. You can see the towpath just through there. And the canal is literally a few feet in front of that. And then these old doorways like this. This is what we love. What is behind there? That's what I love to know. We'll probably find out one day. So we stood, again, at what was known as Monk's Lock, which is just behind those bricked up arches there, as you can see behind me. So this marina here, or this little, don't know what you call it, yeah, marina. This marina here used to carry on through those arches, and that's where the lock was, inside there. So you would have gone into the lock and onto the River Aire, just behind the other side of the station there. Like I said, it's not been used for a long time now, and I believe it is filled in just here, and the lock has been filled in as well. But somebody did send me some footage a while ago, taken inside there, and you can see what it looks like today, and it is filled in, but you can see it inside. So let's take a look at that footage. So we're into the Doubletree car park again, underneath the arches. Now, if you remember a minute ago, I told you about a large fire in the old soap factory. Now, we believe that was somewhere on this side here. The Monk's Lock section is just beyond that. And you can hear the trains above now. And basically, it all collapsed, like I said, and all the tracks came down. This could possibly be the rebuilt section, because all of these arches are completely different to the rest of them going down. As you can see, they look completely different. So this could be the whole rebuilt section. Now, I do believe off the picture that I've seen, it ran the full width of the actual viaduct, so that would probably add up. So as you can see here, this is completely different to what is through here. It looks all very spooky in here, but you can see the difference in the arches, and all the lights have just turned off as we got here. There we go. I've made it to the other side of this doorway and it's all lit up again now, but I was trying to say on the other side, this is completely different to what is through there. So I believe, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the rebuilt section that burnt down all them years ago. Could this be an old sign of fire damage here? They look charred, some of these bricks, and a lot of the fascias on the bricks have actually crumbled away. Could be water damage, but it could be scorch marks as well. It's even more noticeable right here. You see it down here, look. All of it, it looks like charcoal. It's all been charred. So I reckon, again, because of what happened on the other side, the fire obviously reached as far as this. This is structurally stable, so they've kept it, but it is charred. We've just made a brief visit I want to show you in a bit more detail. So this is going back to the Kingsmill Goit video, which I did a couple of videos ago. And again, Neville Street is behind this wall here. And this is where the Goit would have run straight through, straight forward. And then it took a sharp right here as well. And into what I said was a weir, which would have been right in front of us there. Now, if you come down here, because we didn't last time, you can see clearly where that water would have gone through and out the other side and into the Kingsmill complex, which is all the bottom end here. But I just want to show you something up here, which is clear evidence, which we've only just spotted today. I didn't see it last time. If you look at this, you've got the old breakwater right there in the middle, because it would have spanned through both of these arches here, the river, straight through. And you can clearly see that there. And it's similar to the dark arches of the River Aire further up. So the water would have split here and gone either side. And then it would have been channeled out through the arches at the bottom there. But another thing we were talking about is when they built the viaduct from Leeds New Station out towards Marsh Lane, when that actually opened, which was, because again, they were both terminuses. Marsh Lane was a terminus and the Wellington Station was a terminus. So what they did when they built the new station, they built the viaduct straight through and joined them. But you can see there, look, that's the original edge for the original viaduct that would have come out of Leeds New Station. And it only goes as far as that wall just there. So that was the original width, probably 4 tracks on there. But over the years, they've just extended it and added onto it. So again, you've got another extension there down to the bottom. So probably 1960s, maybe even 1930s extension there. And again, that is built on the old Kingsmill complex. But the weir would have exited these here and joined the River Aire further down, and also continued again through this arch here and on, and exited further out at the back towards the River Aire again, all to power the mills, etc., and also bring the boats in, the barges, which would have come up here to unload underneath what was the viaducts then. And again, this section here we believe would have been open as well. I mean, it's not too old. I mean, you can see bits of steel and that up there, but this would have been added on, again, not sure when, at a later date, but it would have been open, the river coming through here. Well, thank you very much for joining us here on another video underneath Leeds Station. We probably will do more in the future, so keep your eyes peeled for those. But thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next week.